Legal Committee is convening. Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Ms. Stelter?
Here.
Mr. Fowler? Mr. Larvadain?
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
All righty. First matter, only matter to be considered is number one, to consider final adoption of an ordinance rescinding ordinance 178-2024 that authorized the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Alexandria and the Greater Alexandria Economic Development Authority, GATA District, for the purpose of cooperative economic development, general services, related agreement and agenda, and otherwise providing with respect thereto. I think if people recall last meeting, we had a very heated, lively discussion about this matter, which is good for democracy. And it's good every now and then to let people speak.
Yes, sir.
But the committee ended with instructions for me to contact Mr. Lewis so that we could discuss this matter in more detail. Attempts were made to contact Dr. Lewis. I reached out to him. I know Gator did, reached out to him. I personally called him. I never got a call back, so we never met. So tonight, it's going to be, well, I've given that spiel. Do either of you have any comments to make? Or you?
So were you reaching out to Mr. Lewis or Dr. Lewis? He was going to be representing the city, or were you reaching out? Because I understood that it was going to be kind of more with the administration.
Well, it was my appreciation that Dr. Lewis was going to be the administration's representative, and I was supposed to be the council representative. And we tried confirming a meeting, I think, last Thursday at the GATA building, but his schedule didn't work, and I think efforts were made to reset it, but time would not permit.
Okay.
So we never spoke. However, I've had extensive discussions with the GATA chair and the executive director about this matter, and I have the attitude that the $115,000 that's already owed needs to be paid.
Yeah.
The current GATA current GATA really does not like the Weiss and Gold Ring project.
Okay.
And I think a majority of the city council likewise does not like the Weiss and Gold Ring project. I like the building. I really wish it could be open commerce. I just don't know if it's wise for us to go to $1.25 million or $2.5 million. 1.5 of the cities and 1.25 of GATA's money, however it shakes out. That much money in a building. I believe it's been, asbestos has been abated. I know we passed the resolution of one ordinance a couple weeks ago to demolish the garage for safety reasons. I'm in favor of that. I voted for it, but I think our money should be used to demolish the building, not GATA's money. So it's my recommendation that we terminate the ordinance, and GATA will take steps to terminate on its side. I don't know how that's going to necessarily shake out, but I know money is owed, and I've told the executive director and the chair that, look, the matter was passed, money was spent, the money is owed. So pay what's owed, and let's work on getting some new projects moving forward.
So my question is, I agree with you. I think the money owed should be paid contractually as well. Is rescinding the intergovernmental agreement, do we have to do that, not to move forward with the Weiss and Gold Ring building?
Well, okay, if we had discussions, if there were further discussions with the administration, perhaps the contract could have been amended or changed, or another project could have been discussed, or some sort of addendum could have been proposed. But that didn't happen. And GATA has several other projects that they want to do. One in your district with the zoo. They want to do some things with the zoo. They want to do some things that's been discussed with Cheatham Park. A few projects have been discussed in District 3. So, Gator knows that it has to work with the city. Gator knows that it wants to do economic development, but the current composition of Gator just does not like the Weiss and Gold Ring building. And I don't like it either. I love going to cities and seeing people repurposing old buildings, and it looks all neat and cool. But I don't know if we need to be dumping $2.5 million of our money into it to get there when we've already done the asbestos abatement. So I just think it's time for some private developer to step up and take the lead and run with it. I'm all for it. So, discussion goes a long way, and bridging divides and getting everybody on the same page. Then there's no discussion. So that's just my take. Mr. Fowler, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I do. First of all, this was an ordinance that was passed unanimously by the council and also unanimously by the board of Gator, which set forth a contract for cooperative endeavor. It wasn't specifically for the Weiss and Gold Ring building. If we're going to take this track, does that mean that you would in the future, if there's a project that I don't particularly like, it's in Lizzie's district, I have someone I do in mine, that I could get 3 votes, knock it down and do something in my district? So it looks like to me, I think it's wrong. I think you've got a contract, you should negotiate around what it is, but the contract's good and enforced.
I understand your position, sir, and I do agree that money is owed, but my reply to you is elections have consequences. And the prior council had an appetite for the Weiss and Gold Ring building. We've had new elections, and the members who've come up here don't share the same sentiment.
Contracts have validity.
I understand that, and I do understand that money is owed, but I just don't think we need to be putting the type of money that's been proposed into the Weiss and Gold Ring building with Gator in the city. That's $2.5 million. I just don't know if that's just a wise investment of the people's tax money. So, you have your position, I have mine, but I just don't think that's a wise investment. And trust me, I like the building. I want it to be there. I would love for it to be developed, but just $2.5 million of city and Gator money, I just don't know if that's.
$2.5 million.
Well, aren't we matching? It's like 1.5 reimbursement. Okay, so
It's up to 1.25 on our side and 1.3 on your side.
so what
That was
does
the agreement.
so
Anything money that the city spends on the Weiss and Gold Ring project, Gator would reimburse the city up to 1.2.
okay, so 1.25, okay, well, still regardless, that still is a lot of money for the Weiss and Gold Ring building. Thank you for the clarification, Mr. Goins, I appreciate that. Mr. Green, do you have any comments?
I'm for rescinding it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Do we have in our fact sheet, there's no copy of the ordinance. Do you have that easily available?
It's a copy.
Miss Emily? It's,
Well, I know there's a copy, but I'm just saying in our binders, there was no copy, and I didn't think about requesting it.
It's in the packet, page 157. That's the original ordinance that was adopted on the 12th day of November 2024. So it's in your package, you just got to look.
Speaking on the one that we would be adopting tonight.
I'm speaking on, oh, shoot, there it is.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, can you ask the crowd not to make their
Please.
out-of-line comments?
please,
Do we
just,
have a chance to speak?
okay, we'll discuss that, but let's keep everything professional and cordial.
I just told her.
I understand, but Ms. Bell, please, can you work with me?
Since you asked.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
guess the reason I was asking is because this ordinance says nothing about the Weiss and Goldring building. So,
It's a cooperative endeavor with the city and them for economic development.
so what I was asking was,
Addendums to that.
The endums, mention the Weiss and Goldring.
I think it's number 2.
Yeah. Yes,
The
ma'am.
other thing was, this ordinance was important because the Gator Board did not currently want for the city just to send things like for Riverfest. We want to pull together documentation so we can have a paper trail. So this does not create a blockage of the city coming to us to fund projects. We can still do that. But we
You
rescinded this
just don't like the
before.
Weiss and Goldring building.
Well, it's not only the Weiss and Goldring building. They don't like the way the ordinance is written to where the city doesn't really have to submit anything for other projects that they want to do or other events. It's like sending over a withdrawal check the way it's written now, and we don't want to do that. So it's important to rescind this ordinance along with the intergovernmental agreement with the 2 addendums that were with the Bolton Avenue Community Center, which that's already gone, and with the Weiss and Goldring building. And then let's start over, because we're still very open.
And it's your desire for Gator to work with the city, correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We did a paper trail. I contacted Mr. Ranson first. He told me that Dr. Lewis was the contact person to contact him going forward. I did that. I contacted you to pull together a meeting as soon as, we could. And Dr. Lewis told me he would circle back. That never happened. So I sent another letter requesting that we meet again or another person be designated.
All right. Any further comments? All right. I would like to make a, Ms. Bell, is there anything you want to say? Let's keep it 3 minutes, Ms. Bell. Keep it 3 minutes, Ms. Bell.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, Ms. Bell. 3 minutes.
Oh, it's going to be 3 minutes.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Alfredine.
Yes, ma'am.
Trust me.
Can anybody else speak?
Hold up, man.
Just
Hold
ask.
up, hold up.
I haven't
Let's,
let the other public speak.
I understand.
Okay, this was delayed. As we see now, there wasn't a meeting. The mayor didn't want to meet with Gator to do this, but I'm hoping that the council will approve Gator ordinance and allow Mr. Roy to veto the ordinance. That's what I think. And it's not about the money. Gator has an annual revenue of $924,000 or $1 million or whatever. The city of Alexandria annual revenue is $241 million. Okay? So it's about Mr. Roy egotistical desire to control Gator. That's my opinion. And we all have one, to prevent funds from going into projects that would generate economic development in black communities. He vetoed the message, would allude to that fact. Gator should be able to choose their own projects and spend their funds in according to RS 33-2740.60. The mayor raised up something that he read, the revised order. He just raised it up. But I didn't see anything that he was talking about in that statute. So those of you that don't know the revised statute, I suggest that you read it, and if you don't understand it, get somebody to explain it to you so you can understand and know what you're voting for. Also, the city of Alexandria can take $1.25 million from their general fund budget to cover Weiss and Gold Ring.
All right.
Jock Roy should release Gator from the contracts. I don't know if you caught it the last time when he said that it will go to court. Let him go to court. Yeah, he said it's his money, it's y'all money, it's my money, whatever. But yeah, let it go through.
All right, thank you very much.
Hold his feet to the fire. Let him take you to court. It's not like the first time he has sued the council.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Locke.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Thank you. We good, Mr. Cornelius.
I have a question.
Okay, all right.
So procedurally and legally, what will we need to do if we rescind the ordinance to put in the provision that they would pay back what's already owed?
I think they've already acknowledged on the
Yeah,
record.
we don't have a problem paying back what we
Oh, okay.
owe. Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
And I have the Excel sheet of the expenses that we should pay them, but we would just ask that after that.
No further.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
So, all right. All right, I recommend that this matter be referred to the full council for a vote.
Second.
Do I need a second? I'll make a second.
I'll second.
All right.
Full council for vote.
All right, thank you. This matter's adjourned.
Open it up to one person, you need to open it up to everybody else.
Don't start.
All right, all right. On your side. I promise you that.
Good afternoon, Community Affairs Services and Events Committee. The agenda item, April 21st, 2026. Myself, Mr. Fowler, and Mr. Johnson, 445. To hear an update from the administration on Cheatham Park Pavilion. The administration sent down an email yesterday, and I will read it for you. The Division of Community Services, Parks and Recreation Department has requested and is waiting updated vendor quotes to repair and replace the rolling doors on Cheatham Park Pavilion. Currently, use of the pavilion can be requested through the Division of Community Services. Contact City of Alexandria, Mr. Michael Caffrey, 318-449-5000. That is what they sent down yesterday. But Mr. Goins, I still have a question in regards to this. When was this city-owned building found in such disrepair, the doors? What year? Do you know, can you tell me that, Lisa?
I don't, Mr. President.
Okay, no answer. My other question, I'm just gonna ask these questions because I already had it planned out. Why has it taken such a lengthy period to rectify the condition of the city-owned building funded by taxpayers' dollars?
Can't respond, sir.
No answer, okay. Mr. Fowler, or, I'm sorry, yeah, Mr. Fowler, Mr. Johnson, you have anything to say since Unanimous?
Okay, so, do we have an update on it?
Yes,
for the-
yes, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I got that.
You got that?
This is the other thing, so this, as of yesterday, so, okay, this, I already have this ready, thank you. You have a copy of that?
Oh, which one?
All right, well, since they don't have an answer waiting on quotes and prices, I'm just gonna say the building has been in disarray for a minute, and still with the recreation director should have been notified of this, and we'll see what goes on from this point on. Anything you want to say, Mr. Fowler?
I'm not familiar with the situation at all.
Okay.
Well, we need another update, we need to get some more updates, because from what I look at, it is a safe that has a tube. So, let's get that in.
And certainly, if we have a recreation director getting paid such an exorbitant amount of funding, he should be on his job. Thank you for your time. This committee meeting is adjourned.
This meeting is called to order Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. The Alexandria City Council meeting and council committee meetings are broadcast live and may be viewed live by the public on Optum Cable Channel 4, and a rebroadcast may be viewed on Optum Channel 4 cable in the city of Alexandria. We'll have an invocation by Councilman Ballard and the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Johnson.
Please stand. Dear Lord, help us to do this city's work. Look over us, look over this council, look over the citizens, look over our city. Take care of us. I'd like to say a little prayer for the poor shootings up in Shreveport.
Yes.
It's just horrible.
Yes.
Amen. Let's reflect and pray this stuff will end. And these things we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do roll call.
Mr. Johnson?
Here.
Ms. Stelter? Here. Mr. Green?
Present.
Mr. Fowler?
Here.
Mr. Ballard?
Here.
Mr. Lauderdale?
Here.
Ms. Terry?
Here.
Madam President, you have a quorum.
Okay, we have the approval of the minutes taken from a regular meeting held on April 7th. I need a motion
Move.
and second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments, what is in the section of the written minutes would you like to make a comment on? If it is not in the written minutes, there will not be any discussion or comments, only in the minutes. If you have any questions pertaining to any item on the agenda, please contact the administration before or after the meeting. And we have a discussion by you, Mr. White.
Yes, ma'am, Madam President. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
My name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr. I live at 3638 10th Street in Alexandria, Louisiana. My zip is 71302, and my phone number is area code 318-446-6934. You say, do I agree with the minutes, essentially? I disagree with them because, like I said, we had the best discussion with Malcolm having that last week. 4-hour meeting. We ain't never had no meeting like that. Now, the mayor's not here, I don't guess. You know, I know he was in Baton Rouge. I saw him down there. But I agree with Jim Ballard on one thing. We need to pray for those people in Shreveport, and we need to back them 100%. So,
Thank you, Mr. White.
thank you, ma'am.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
F, consent calendar. Number 1, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for the former downtown Weisengo Ring Parking Garage and adjacent structure site demolition and clearance. Number 2, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for a 2026 Can-Am Defender Limited HD2. Number 3, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for a 2026 Can-Am Defender Max Limited HD2. Number 4, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for chemical additives for Wazilla engine at DG Hunter Power Plant. Number 5, introduction of an ordinance rezoning property located at 1776 Elliott Street from B3 General Business District to SF2 Single Family District to allow for residential use.
We need a motion.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson. Any items to committee?
G, resolution. Resolution authorizing advertisement for bid for fire hydrants and related accessories.
Move.
Second.
Public comments?
Uh-huh.
Public comments?
Public comment. Cornelius.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr.
Thank you,
White, I'm
Madam
sorry.
President. I was just wondering,
Here.
I had a problem over there. Do y'all know how long the fire department comes by to check them fire hydrants? I had a leak. I'm just asking.
No, we don't, but if you have,
Okay. No, I was just asking. I didn't know if
But-
there's a set schedule.
but let's report it though. If you have a leak, let's report it.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah, we got to report it.
That's all.
All right.
All right. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 7, resolution authorizing advertisement for bid for clamps and cufflinks.
Move.
Moved by Councilman Ballard, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Lawberdane. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 8, resolution authorizing advertisement for bid for sulfuric dioxide technical grade liquid type 1-ton cylinder for the wastewater department.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 9, resolution authorizing advertisement for bid for natural gas welding services for the gas department.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Madam President, on item number 10, there is a typo. I'm going to read it in the minutes the way that it should be. It's a resolution setting a public hearing to be held on June the 16th, 2026, to consider condemnation of 25 structures.
Okay. Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second?
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 8, ordinances for final adoption subject to public hearing. Number 11, to consider final adoption of an ordinance adopting the operating budget for the city of Alexandria for fiscal year 2026-2027, to make appropriation for the ordinary expenses of all city divisions, departments, offices, and agencies, pensions, and otherwise provided with respect to the expenditure of appropriations, authorizing contract and insuring agreements for employees' benefit, including health, life, and other optional coverages, authorizing contracts for ordinary expenses and other insurance, including general liabilities and workers' compensation, adopting the capital budget for the city of Alexandria for fiscal year 2026-2027, appropriating funds for the capital budget for the city of Alexandria for fiscal year 2026-2027, and providing for capital expenditures and other matters with respect to appropriation and the expenditures of the fund pertaining thereto.
I need a motion, please. Second. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments. Ms. Bell.
Two weeks ago, I got up and spoke that you guys need to take a good look at this budget to make decisions for yourself, whether you want to approve it or not. I still say that you need to say no on it. If you haven't gone through it to look at it or see what's going to be handed in your district, then shame on you. But anyway, just to sit there and believe everything Mr. Roy said. It's your budget. You're supposed to do what you want to do. But we know how that goes. But still, I would vote no on this budget. And that's just me.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Ms. Shamara? Shamira?
As far as this current budget goes, the increases in salaries are concerning. And the reasons we were given for these salary increases simply don't make sense. And the money could be used for other departments. For example, The mayor's salary will be increased by $4,292, no questions why. We have 7 part-time mayor assistants who make a yearly pay of $55,000 a year, which equals $385,000 in total. But our sanitation workers get paid $12.40 an hour, which is around $25,792 a year. Our police officers, their salary is $46,000, but we're still short APD officers. How can our officers be paid less than the mayor's assistants who work part-time? That's my question. Not only that, APD is requesting two 2026 CAM AM Defenders, one limited, one max. The difference, a couple thousand, it ranges from $34,000 up to $37,000. We don't know what it's for, it's just that we know that they need it. 5-year plan. I listened to Ms. Perry and Mr. Johnson discuss their frustrations with not being able to do projects in their district. I also noted the pushback from Mr. Villard about Cheatham Park and how much it's going to cost. Let's note that there are several Reignite projects that are already in motion, and the money is being spent, the same money that you two could be using. Links on the Bayou, $453,000. Tennis courts, Reignite, $252,000. 2 projects for Johnny Downs, reconstructing and building a recreation office. That amount is $2.2 million together. If you want to know where I found those numbers, look in the General Capital Projects 5-year capital plan under Parks and Recreation. The council has been approving funds for years without thoroughly looking through it. I've taken weeks to look at this. This is not my job. I'm just a concerned citizen. I want to know where my tax money is going. I want to know where it's being spent. Lastly, this budget does nothing to address the disparity studies and resolve those issues. It continues the tradition of questionable spending habits. And that's all I have to say on this one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Scott?
Oh, that one right there.
Good evening. Just like Ms. Shamir, I also looked over the budget and I saw many discrepancies, but more specifically, as always, we have significant funds going towards Johnny Downs. And every time we bring up the issue, we're always given the excuse that it's a sports complex. But a sports complex should not be treated as more deserving of an investment than the neighborhood parks for our children to play in. Perhaps the most concern is that the Cheatham baseball field renovation, while $2 million has been designated for this project, it is not scheduled to begin until 2030. This delay is difficult to understand, especially since Peabody doesn't have a field to play in. And they deserve something now, not years down the line. And all of this must be viewed in the broader context of ongoing issues within our city. Many residents are still dealing with brown water, high utilities, but yet we're more concerned about the Weiss and Gold Ring and Johnny Downs. And these are not new problems, yet they continue to receive limited attention and funding. And I'm asking the council persons who haven't been through districts 1, 2, and 3 to maybe take a drive around, step outside the box, go on the other side of the tracks and see what you don't normally see. And like I said before, leadership is easy when the issues don't affect you. True leadership requires addressing the challenges that impact all citizens, not just the ones that look like you. And so I'm requesting that the council vote no on this budget until all funding is distributed equally. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome.
Again, all those 3 people, they really show what community involvement can be. And they're more thorough than I, because I can't go over all that stuff. I don't have all the digital equipment to go through all that stuff. They ought to run for office. Oh, no, you ought to run for office because we need people like you. Yes, you do. We need people like you. You can point out things, you know things. and we need different and new leadership.
Mr. White,
Jim
this is
Villard,
about
wait a
the
minute,
budget.
I know,
Okay, why
but Jim
don't you
Villard
stay
had
on the
brought up
budget?
about Cheatham Park and how much it's gonna cost. You don't worry about Johnny Downs and how much it's gonna cost. Have you ever been over to Cheatham Park?
Yes, I have. I was there Saturday.
Okay, so that was one time you've been there.
No, I've been there many times. And
Okay.
that's not, let's talk about the
Jim,
budget.
this is
Well, I am, that's a part of the budget, ain't it? No,
Mr.
Cheatham
White.
Park ain't part of the budget?
Mr. White, we're talking about the budget.
I know, but I'm saying that's not a part, the money for Cheatham Park or the money for Johnny Downs, that's not a part of the budget.
It is.
Okay, that's what I'm asking about,
I have an answer.
you know?
Yes, sir.
And you really took the mayor to task a couple of weeks ago about Cheatham Park. Gary Johnson, you took him to task. I guess since he's been Baton Rouge, he's too busy to come to the meeting and stuff.
The budget.
But, they had Sinlaw Day in Baton Rouge, so.
The budget,
on it.
Mr.
Yeah, I
White.
got you, but I was just saying, you know, and Jim, I guess you're running again, and I guess the mayor's running again, so I hope we have some new leadership.
Thank you, Mr. White. That's it.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
may I address Mr. Scott? Mr. Scott, March 13, 2026, I did go out to Cheatham Park. Mr. Larvin did put it on the agenda last time to have something addressed about it. I did take several pictures of it. It is in deplorable condition. As I said 2 weeks ago, I'm not a sports person. Until something's brought to my attention, I go out and look at it. I talked with Ms. Perry, and I understand your frustration about the park. It is in the agenda. As we said, Cheatham Park does look horrible. It's been looking horrible for years. And again, you have a recreation director that, to me, should have known, done something about this long time before now. To lump us all in a group that don't go out, I do go out, sir, across the city as councilman at large. So the funding for the park is there. It's obvious that one park is being taken care of faster than another. It's something to see, something to discuss, and it's almost like Cheatham Park is lost. Johnny Downs is the Yankee Stadium of the city. But yet and still, we all pay taxes, and I understand your frustration saying your tax dollars not being allocated, used properly across town. So it's in this budget, but I want you to know that I go out and look at things around the city, all 5 districts. I'm councilman at large. I support all 5 of these council persons. It's 7 of us up here, 2 of us at large. So it has to be addressed. It's supposed to be addressed. I had it on the agenda to talk about it today, but the mayor gave us an email not to, he's going to give us some information further down the road. But it's, again, I know y'all talking about the increases in salaries, and I've had quite a few calls this last council meeting, and I directed them to 449, 5,000. I didn't write the budget, but, and people say they call, they don't get an answer, or they don't get a return call. So, saying that to say this, we're working to improve the city overall, but we've got to come together, as Madam President said, we have to have unity, but we can't leave one side of town out and not work on the entire town. So, Mr. Scott, I want to let you know, I go out and look at and investigate and check into things. Thank you, Madam President, for giving me that time to say that.
You're welcome. And Councilman Green, I appreciate you for going out to all the districts. I work at Peabody, so I see Cheatham Park every day. I see the baseball diamond every day. This is not the first time this has been brought up. I have brought Cheatham Park up several times. So what we have to do is the mayor had said that he was going to renovate Cheatham Park, and so we just have to make sure that that happens. It's not that I don't go around and not notice things, because I do as well.
That's right.
Mr. Johnson, you have a comment?
Is that,
No.
was that all
Yes.
discussion?
Mhm.
All right.
I didn't know.
Do anybody else?
Yeah, I got some.
Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, so, with minority-owned business, what's the percentage are we spending with minority business?
56%.
Huh?
56%.
That's how much we spending?
What we're saying.
How much are we spending, how much are we spending on a minority?
Minority businesses.
Businesses.
Do we know?
I'm sorry, were you asking a
Yes,
question?
yes, that's the question. How much, do anybody, is anybody tracking how much we're spending with the minority businesses?
I don't have the answer to that question at this point in time. We weren't prepared to answer that. We also gave the opportunity for us to meet prior to this meeting so that we could have those questions answered in advance, and that meeting didn't happen.
Okay. I guess my next one is, we asked for updates. Last year, we asked to be updated on a quarterly basis. We asked for you guys to give us an update on the last budget. Now, this budget right here, and I haven't received an update from administration. So if we've been updated, I know I could just add the numbers up. No?
Please no outbursts.
It's less than 1%.
Please
No,
no
I'm-
outbursts.
No outbursts from the audience.
No.
Oh, Lord.
So this is the problem, and see, we find ourselves every year in the same spot. If we track stuff monthly or quarterly, we wouldn't have these questions to ask, you know. So each department should bring, and this is just me being a budget person, should bring every month how much has been spent with the minority, because every year we're stuck in the same spot and we're looking bad because I don't know. I know that when I ask people, when I go out and visit the businesses, and most of them say they're getting a small cut of the pie. And a lot of people are depending on this for their livelihood. So this is not rocket science. This is something that's easy to track. And I would like to get those answers. So I could go out, when I go out and talk, I could talk intelligent to the minority business.
Your
Okay.
paper.
Anybody else got anything they want to?
Yeah, I just want to add, I just want to add that the council has two employees, these two young ladies here, and we've both given you raises, correct? All right. The other 1,000 work for the mayor. He sets their pay. When you're in that seat, you can call certain shots. He's calling certain shots. Pure and simple. So, it seems like the fight that we're having here is a fight that we're having in other cities. It just seems like monies just aren't allocated the way we would like for them to be allocated. I agree with you. More can be done. But just understand, when you're in a certain seat, you can call certain shots.
I want to add one.
That's it.
I don't want to hog you, but I want to add one thing. We're trying to work together. A lot of stuff behind the scene, you guys have no idea what goes on between us. One thing that when I ran, I said I wanted to try to get some unity, and I finally have council people who give me input. So I could be just selfish and don't take the input and say, let's do my district. But when I talk to 1, 2, and 3, I'm willing to move if something is more pressing on that side because we got a limited amount of money. Right now, her and I, we're discussing, she has a project, I have a project. I think Culpeper is hiding in the firecracker because it's a safety issue. We got kids The school bus has to put its wheel on the other side of the yellow line for the kids to get off the bus. So, you know, her and I, we sitting down right now. Let me get my project in, because I haven't got any in the last 3 years. Believe me.
But the mayor sets the tone for it.
Right.
The mayor sets the tone
So,
for it.
I don't mind us getting beat up on, but I'm gonna tell you again, like I tell everybody, we are out there working for y'all. I know the ones that I'm in contact with every day, we are. So,
I think that our constituents think that we are the ones who run the city. The city is run by the mayor on a daily basis.
every city.
That's right. That's right. He need us, Ms. Shakola, he need us. Yeah.
No.
Ms. Shakola. No, you, Ms. Shakola, it's okay. I know.
He brought up Culpeper, but we was told yesterday by the chief, the staff right there, that that's a Mr. Ed problem. So we deflected that when they was talking about.
But
so we bring it
it's
up.
my problem.
Okay, yeah,
It's my
all right.
problem. I'm not gonna deflect it, that's on me.
No, not you.
No, I'm saying, but that's my role. Yeah, no, so.
Okay. Any more discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. I think a lot of the things we want accomplished, not passing this budget, I don't think will solve that. I think passing it is, gonna still accomplish what we need to accomplish. But I have a question legally. If we don't have the budget passed before May 1st, what happens?
City starts to shut down, and the administration would have to roll back certain services.
Does it function at that point at like 65% or something?
Percentage, it's a percentage.
60? Okay, 50?
50%.
No.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Caffrey, 2 weeks ago, I did ask for the 7 of us to delay this budget with the intent that they could meet with the mayor. I don't know who met with him, but as I said then, I'm on board with all 5 of them in their districts with their group. I don't have a project, but I support everyone's project that they have. So who met with him, I don't know.
No one met with us, Mr. Green. No one from the council initiated a meeting or reached out to the administration to meet as was discussed in the prior meeting.
Okay. And when Mr. Johnson asked about the quarterly reports, I did, in council meeting, read all 5 items that we did ask about that. So I assume the quarterly reports will be coming on the diversity action with minorities. So, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all didn't choose to meet with him, I asked that we delayed the budget to see what was going to happen. Again, Mr. Caffrey, I have no particular budgets, but I have every budget they have as Councilman Lodge. I want it done. So that's what I wanted to add to the citizens, that you know, I did ask for it to be delayed, for them to have the opportunity to speak with the mayor. But again, if they chose not to, there we are. As they said, it has to be passed by May 1st, so we go to a 60%, 50%. 50% delay. In saying this, I've gotten so many calls since I was the one that brought up some salary increases, and I again gave them the mayor's number to call and ask why. And the citizens aren't satisfied. The citizens are not satisfied with what we presented to them in this budget. I hate for one person to be the one to hold us up, but ladies and gentlemen, May 1st, It has to be passed. Today, if we don't vote for it, we won't go into bankruptcy. Madam President, when we go to take our vote, I'm not going to say anything else. I just want to let the citizens know that it has to be done by May 1st. So if we go through it again to talk about different things, make amendments, I think overall, the citizens will be more satisfied than what we have. And we need to get direct answers. And I'm thinking about a songwriter, Sam Cooke, a change is coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to work on this. We're going to do better. We want to represent the city to the best of our ability. And again, that's my point of view on this budget. There are some things that need deeply looking into, and there we are. Thank you, Madam President.
I call for question.
Roll call.
Mr. Fowler?
Yes.
Mr. Villard?
Yes.
Mr. Lawberdane?
No.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Felter? Yes. Mr. Green?
No.
Madam President, you have 5 yeses and 2 noes, the motion carries.
Number 12, to consider final adoption of the ordinance rescinding ordinance number 178, 2024, that authorized the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Alexandria and the Greater Alexandria Economic Development Authority, Gator District, for the purpose of cooperative economic development, general services, related agreement and addendum, and otherwise providing with respect thereto.
Need a motion, please?
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Lawberdane, second by Councilman Green. We have public comments from Ms. Bell.
Basically, I'm going to state what I said earlier for those who were not sitting up there in the finance meeting about Gator and how Jock Roy read revised statute 332740.60. This is a 2024 financial audit. Like I said earlier, I'm encouraging the city council members to approve the Gator ordinance and allow Mr. Roy to veto it. It's not about the money. Gator annual revenue is $924,000. The city of Alexandria annual revenue is $241 million. The city of Alexandria annual revenue is 261 times larger than Gator's revenue, which is only 0.4% of the city of Alexandria total revenue. This is about Mr. Roy and his ego to desire to control Gator and prevent funds going into projects that would generate economic development in black communities, parks. He vetoed his message would allude to that fact. Gators should be able to choose their own projects and spend their funds in accordance with RS 332740.60. The city of Alexandria can easily take $1.25 million from the general fund balance to cover the Weiss and Gold Ring invoice. Roy can release Gator from this contract. And I don't know if you were listening when he said that it was a signed contract. He will go to court. Let him take the city council to court. He hadn't done it before. This would allow Gator the freedom to use the funds on economic development projects of their choice. And Mr. Johnson, I know you said you ran on Unity, but standing in my driveway at At the time, you ran on utilities, talking to me and my sister in my driveway.
I can run on two things?
Yeah, you can,
Okay.
but you neglected to say about utilities.
Because utility wasn't the subject.
No, it's not the subject, but I brought it up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Shamir. I'm a resident of District 4. Gator deserves to be a separate organization from the City of Alexandria. Gator's annual income is no competition to the City of Alexandria's annual income. Gator makes a majority of their money from hotel stays. Gator will have no money, then it possibly will go bankrupt trying to stay afloat and lending money to the City of Alexandria. They wouldn't be able to lend money to businesses, organizations, or do what they're supposed to do, which is produce economic development. Let Gator be its own entity as it's operated this entire time. Fill the vacant seats, Ms. Felter, Mr. Villar, and I'll leave you with this review of Gator. For the past 10 years, I've had the privilege to partner with Gator for the Dixie Girls Softball World Series. With the help of Gator, we have successfully brought 46 Divisional World Series to Central Louisiana that enhance the economic impact to the area. Working with Gator has been beyond honorable. Mr. Moeller and his team has been there to accommodate all of our needs. Thank you, Gator, for what you do. Dr. Keith Skip Fox, Board President, Alexandria Dixie Girls Softball. That's all I have.
Ms. Chacon?
I was watching this last week from my TV, and I was on the tablet, I was watching this, and I just thought that this was the most senseless thing ever for the city of Alexandria to want to take Gator's money when you have taken enough of our money and gave us 8 pickleball. Tell me how many kids in my community has went to go play on 8 pickleballs. In fact, I'm very proud of APD because they've taken it upon themselves to go park over there. This is exactly what it's good for. But you want to take money from economic development, which help my community. When I walk outside my community, I see a bunch of abandoned houses, kids playing over it, throwing rocks, nothing for them to do. The fire hydrant has become a sense of water park for kids. But things that can be fixed, that you have the rights to vote for, you choose to ignore and not fix it because you don't see what I see. The mayor's been elected almost 4 years and he's never walked through my community, not even Michael Caffrey. So you can't tell me you're going to fix something that you don't know that's going on. Or perhaps you do know it's going on, but you don't care because it doesn't affect the way you live every day. But it affects you, Miss Cynthia. It affects you, Miss Malcolm. It affects some of your people in District 2. Your councilman at large. It affects you. Mr. Jim, you're up for election, and it damn sure affects you. Because the last councilman at large that failed to listen to the people, he's no longer here. Now, I ain't going to sit here and tell you what you should do and how you should vote. I'm just going to simply remind you that it's election time. And I got 2.4 million views and a bunch of followings. And I told the last guy he'll be gone, and I stand on my word, and I tend to deliver. You can vote however you want to vote, but all of you that's up for election, you will see me.
Thank you. Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir.
I don't know if I can follow all of that, boy. We're going to have some new elections. We're going to have some new people in here. All of y'all need to run for office, man. And them people up back here, just run. Now, with Gator, all this started with Mayor Roy. He wants to control everything. He go down to the legislature. He passes ordinances down there that affects us up here. But none of y'all said nothing about it. You know? Yeah, well, Malcolm, you really didn't know, but the mothers knew. He passed it without telling y'all. He didn't go to your brother.
That was last year.
Yeah, Mike Johnson. He went to Mike Johnson and Jason DeWitt and all like that. But look, this thing needs to pass about Gator, so Gator and the city can go separate ways. Let Gator do what Gator's supposed to do. But like I said, the mayor wants to control. He said in the city council meeting that that's his money. That ain't his money. None of this is his money. That's the people's money. It's the council's money. Y'all are like Congress. So y'all approved the budget. But you say the mayor controls everything. So what are y'all there for? If the mayor controls, we don't need you. But that's a shame, you know. Jim, you were a good man a long time ago, but man, Lee Rubin was a good man, but good men went bad, you know. Chuck, we just stuck with you, Chuck. We just stuck. But anyway, like I said, a new day is coming. Election time. Vote.
Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
Abstain.
Roll call.
Mr. Lawberdane?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Felter? I abstain. Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Fowler?
No.
Mr. Villar?
Abstain.
Madam President, you have 4 yeses, 1 no, and 2 abstentions, and the motion carries.
Number 13, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating supplies for the gas department.
Motion, please. Moved by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Lawberdane. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 14, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating supplies for the electric distribution department.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 15, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for full spectrum imaging System 2 Color Lab System and full spectrum imaging System 2 Color Mobile System for the police department. The administration is requesting that this item be delayed for 2 weeks.
Which number that was?
Number 15.
15.
So moved. Delay.
Second. Second. Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 16, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for electric meters and accessories for the electric distribution department.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second. Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Fowler. Mr. White?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is these smart meters and stuff, and that's the only thing I got to complain about, because you'll be able to cut off the power instead of going by a man coming or a woman coming by to cut off the power. With them smart meters, you can cut them off right at the district. So are these smart meters, or y'all don't know? You don't know, okay.
Pay for what they order.
Okay, so you don't know. That's all right.
Yeah,
That's all
cut them
right.
off, but they are smart meters.
They are smart.
Yes.
See, thank you, Jim Lord.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 17, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating chemicals for wastewater department.
Motion, second. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments. Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I just hope with this wastewater and stuff that we'll look at that carbon capture, because that's gonna mess with our real water if it ever hits the ground aquifers and stuff. So that's all I got to say.
Discussion. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 18, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to award professional services contract to Marmar LaCroix Nixon for the West Alexandria wastewater capacity and planning study.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments, Mr. Chark.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We understand the importance of infrastructure and recognize that wastewater capacity and planning and study is necessary for a growing city. But this decision to move forward with Meyer, and LaCrosse and Hickson for West Alexandria raises concerns about fairness, transparency, and equal access across the entire city of Alexandria. The question is not whether the study should be done. The question is why West Alexandria is being prioritized, why residents in districts number 1, 2, and 3 continue to deal with poor drainage, open ditches, flooding, and ongoing aging infrastructure. As taxpayers, we deserve to know, why was West Alexandria selected first? What other areas were in the running and how did they rank? What is the plan and timeline to address the infrastructure needs for the rest of the city? How much is this study costing the residents? And what guarantee that this study will actually lead to real improvements? Every resident in Alexandria pay taxes. Every neighborhood deserves attention, and every community deserves to feel like they matter and not being overlooked.
Thank you, Mr. Chark.
This is sewage, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a sewage study, sir. They're trying to see the best way to move sewage in the city of Alexandria is not flooding. We already have one sewer plant on this side, we need another on the other side so we can move the sewer around. This is what this study is for.
So we have sewer on the east side of Alexandria, and all of the stuff from as far out as Johnny Downs Field drains over there eventually. Is it not correct?
Yeah, I was just coming to say that this isn't a flood water, this is sewer.
Sewage.
So you're having to pump sewer all the way across, and it is
So this is something we've been looking at.
it's a consequence of growth and also not having to pump it across. And so this is a capacity study. It's the study what should be done. You have to get a study to determine that. We are out of the capacity to keep pumping that.
It's nothing to do with flooding, in other words.
No.
Exactly.
So when the study is,
My question was not about flooding in that area, it was about flooding in districts number 1, 2, and 3, and what made that a priority.
This is not a priority.
This is a study.
It's a study that's being done.
Yes, on sewage,
I understand what you're
not flooding or hydraulics of water. This is a study doing about how we move our sewage around, sir.
Mr. Valor, there's much more massive amount of work studying
Yeah.
water and floodwater,
Yeah.
as we've seen with Mr. David's work on that. This is just another set of work that the city has to do because it's to do with sewage. They're not the same thing.
so Mr. Chark, once the study is completed, would you like to have a copy of that?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
It'll be a public record.
Yes.
Okay.
Discussion?
Madam President.
Yes.
I think he was going to say something.
Oh, okay.
Council ladies, council gentlemen, thank you for letting me speak this evening. We've known for a while that we have to do some type of treatment on the west side. We're at capacity. All of our force mains and pumping stations are at capacity on that west side, so it's going to stifle development if we don't do something. There was a West Alexandria treatment plant that was reviewed 20 years ago. Of course, the projection in growth was not as it was projected 20 years ago, but now we're at capacity. So we have to decide whether we're going to build a West Alexandria treatment plant or whether we're going to be able to upgrade our pumping stations and force mains to be able to pump the water to our South Alexandria treatment plant. We have the capacity at the Southern treatment plant to treat all the needed excess wastewater, but it's getting it there. We need to do some cost analysis. We need to do smart growth, and we need to make some good financial decisions on what's best for the city and our citizens. And if we do decide to choose upgrading those lift stations, it's going to help everyone. It's not just going to be for West Alexandria, but if we want to stifle growth, we're at capacity. We can't grow anymore that way. So these are the decisions we need to make on whether we're growing our city or whether we're just going to stop development altogether. I can't force any more wastewater in our system.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam President, Mr. Graham, Canella, I'm sorry, I keep giving you the wrong name, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Canella, when that plant was built on Hudson, wasn't it the capacity for 70,000 households thereabout to hold? And I know we're doing a pump that direction study.
We go by 1 million gallons a day, so.
So I know we have, I Googled some stuff yesterday and all weekend. Our city population is 42,295 people, showing that we have 29,725 unused areas of wastewater capacity down there. And I understand the need to upgrade the pump stations, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so the study for the citizens, it's only a study to see what it's going to cost. I didn't see a cost analysis for the study, but I was on the committee that selected Meyer and Meyer. And I just wanted to make sure that the Hudson Boulevard pump station has that large enough capacity to pull whatever's coming from the west side to the east side without building a new.
No, we have the treatment facility necessary for the future growth. It's there. We're not at capacity in any form or situation what we treat at the plant, so we're in good shape there. It's just a matter of the feasibility and cost analysis on what's best.
Thank you.
Mr. Canella?
Yes, sir.
Does the South Station need any improvements?
I mean, we have a capital project for sludge removal right now. It's $3.3 million. I mean, it hadn't been pumped out in probably 20, 30 years.
So, but overall, do we have a master plan on how we're going to maintain the South Station?
I mean, we have a plan. I mean, there's no major improvements needed. I mean, it's just a matter of cleaning and maintenance and managing pumps and cleaning out reservoirs, and those are routine maintenance. We don't have any, I don't have any expansion plans or anything that's needed at this time.
All right.
The lack of capacity is the movement from one side to the other. The plant itself is not the capacity issue. It's the capacity of the things that push something against gravity and what it is, against itself, over there. That's the capacity issue. So you're going to compare, build something or push it.
I think the last time we did it, Ned Randolph was mayor.
Yes.
You have to have the study to determine what is feasible or not feasible.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 19, to consider final adoption of the ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Fluid Processing Pumps LLC for chlorination and dechlorination equipment for the water and wastewater department.
Motion, please.
Move.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Valord. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 20, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a grant contract agreement with Louisiana Community Parks for the Alexander Zoo invasive tree removal project.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Valord, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution public hearing, community development, number 21, to continue public hearing to consider condemnation of the following structures: 3513 Baldwin Avenue, 1807 Day Street, A and B.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Valord. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any
Public
opposed?
hearing is open.
And public hearing is open.
Thank you, council members. Daniel Smith, Director of Planning. We have two items that have been continued. The first is 3513 Baldwin Street. The owners contacted the Department of Community Development. They're unable to complete the demolition. This is a partially collapsed structure, so they're not opposing the condemnation. So the city requests that it be condemned, please.
Second.
Is anyone here?
Is anyone here for 3513 Baldwin Avenue?
No.
Okay.
1807 Day Street?
No,
Nope.
we're going to vote.
No.
Mhm.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Public comments.
Public comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Motion to close the public hearing?
No, 1807.
Oh, 1807, okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right. This is also continued to give the owners that said they were going to renovate it. At this time, all they've done is put some tie-back on the front and bore up the windows. There's a rear structure that's not been addressed. It has a collapsed roof. So the city is at this time requesting that it be condemned. If there's any, I don't know if the owners are here.
No one's here? Okay,
Yeah,
you can come speak.
Okay, I also put together a little board to show progress, because it's not just boarded up. I'm gonna show you from the start of it. When I got it in July, I started getting certified letters about all this trash that people was putting.
You bring it and put it right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You can speak to me if you want to.
Yeah,
You can
and you can put your board right here on the table.
As you can see, in November, it was a lot of trash. People was putting their trash in the house, and I removed all of that myself. And I removed the tree. I know the roof is collapsed on the back structure, but we are gutting out the house and the inside. I just got a recent update today that the house is completely cleared out for my electrician to come in the beginning of May, once he's finished some of the projects he's doing. I am working on the back of getting that more secured, but I've cleaned up everything.
How much time you need?
I need a little bit more time. I'm
60 days?
60 days?
Yes, ma'am. I'm working on this project myself, so.
Okay, we'll give you 60 days and you can report back.
Okay.
Just give us another progress report.
I will.
I respect your ambition, so keep hustling.
Okay.
You got a big job there.
I respect that. I respect that. Thank you, ma'am.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Motion to close the public hearing?
Is there anything else, Mr. Smith?
Well, we just really like to encourage, we haven't had any inspections called in to the city, on the city's administration, and we don't know of any progress being made because we just haven't heard anything. So please call some inspections, you guys.
Yeah, my electrician was supposed to call in the permit. I know you haven't gotten.
So, yeah, there is a permit, but yeah, please call the inspection in. That way we can know the progress is being made.
Ma'am, stay in contact with Mr. Smith. He's a
That's
nice
what I
guy.
was finna tell
He'll
him.
work with you, so please stay in contact with him. All right, thank
All
you, ma'am.
right. Motion to close public hearing? Moved by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Lloyd. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Madam President, I had one thing I wanted to add. So regarding item 12 on the GATA ordinance, I had asked Miss Emily to email me the contract that accompanies the ordinance, because I had never seen that, which is why I abstained when I voted, because I wanted to fully understand. So when she emails me, if anyone else needs that, you can get it from her as well.
Okay. Meeting is adjourned. The meeting is adjourned. I'm sorry.
Had the children come in from Arthur S. Smith, the robotics children. Did y'all, they want to do a presentation?
Yeah, we didn't know about them. We didn't know about them.
I know you didn't. I'm trying to tell you.
We didn't know anything about it. Yeah, but they kids.
But you need to start, anytime they put something in place on the council agenda.
Oh, this is all.
Contact the office at least 2 weeks ahead. So
Yeah, just right there in front.
You understand what I'm saying? So we would know, and we would have it on the.
Turn around.
Turn around, turn around.
So what does that contraption do?
Is, you see this piece right here, it's called default, and what it does is it grabs these foreign objects on the gaming field, on the game, and it stacks onto the same game objects. And the second game object, we have this part to clamp down on it to grab it, and our arm, it clips the first game object into the second one to get us into the game flow. And it gets us a lot of points. And hopefully, whenever we make it to Worlds, we get this a lot of consistently, and we win.
So what do you call it?
We call this the Unity bot.
Huh?
Unity bot, or the scorpion.
The scorpion?
The tail. I don't know.
Do you have something that
Can we see it work?
I know. If we was on the carpet.
Oh, it's not working on, it won't work on the cop. Oh, oh, y'all don't have the controller. So all four of y'all worked, to get this? All three?
Where y'all competing? Where y'all competing?
You turn the lights on and off, huh?
Well, April 27th through the April 8th to 30th, we're going to be competing down in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh.
That's awesome. Great job.
Can we get some names?
I already gave you $1, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
I gave $250 already.
Okay, can we get some names?
If y'all don't mind.
Right there, the name, right there.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yes.
I'm Chesney, Mikey. And out there, Coach Caprice Yard.
Okay.
I'm Arsenio Coker.
Okay.
If y'all don't mind, this will only take maybe 10 seconds. They have a unique student. They're middle school, they're 8th grade right now. These three out of thousands of teams in the whole state, they're in first place. They started off their 6th grade year, didn't win anything. 7th grade year, didn't win any award. This year, they won all the awards. They beat first place in the state, now they're going to Worlds. They're trying to get to Worlds.
Which one's the brains in it?
Actually, all
of them, right. I would say all of them too.
So, y'all want to hear what they want to be? What do you want to be? I want to work at NASA.
You can.
Who encouraged you? My uncle works at NASA, and he really inspired me because he helped partake engineer on the Artemis 1 and the Artemis 2.
So you know what you're doing.
Watch this. What do you want? I want to be a neurosurgeon.
All right, all right.
I don't really know yet because I do a lot of activities like band, robotics, cooking. It's a lot of stuff.
No, you got a lot, huh?
I had a spouse work for NASA. She's deceased 3 years ago. So, yeah, she was my kid's mother, but that's a great, great project. Funding.
So, yeah.
We passed out these. I missed 2 people. I didn't want to get in the way of the cameras.
Okay. I just stepped to the restroom.
Well, I think.
So when's the competition?
So this is it's actually next week.
Okay.
We've all been,
I got something missing from mine.
Sponsors.
Okay.
We have been sponsoring and we have been fundraising like crazy every week. But we've been doing it for 2 months and people donate, but it's a little bit. So we have about a goal, but it's next week. So we're doing anything like walking up in the council meeting.
That's what y'all do.
Yeah, so we're not here saying that, give us this and that, but we want to shine some light because no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
This is very important, and then we speak about the future.
Yeah.
Look, these are future engineers at the top of their classes. They accomplished something nobody ever accomplished here in Alexandria, and they're going somewhere to represent this city. Yes. And y'all have a chance to support this. This is a STEM program, science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
What high school? What high school are y'all going to?
I'm going to Peabody. I'm going to Peabody too. I'm going to Peabody as well.
And we have a program, a STEMS program over there. Mr. Madison run that STEM program, and he's going to be excited to get you guys, because you already know a whole lot. Oh,
I want to bring you guys some funding tomorrow, so.
Alexander Smith, middle of Magnet School, if you happen to, we're not here to,
No, I'm not supposed to, but. What's the principal's name?
But in the memo, make sure you put.
That's my church member.
If they were to, quote unquote, write a check, what they put in the memo?
Robotics.
Alexander Smith.
They see me in the morning. All right. See me in the morning.
There's a small story I just wanted, this will take 5 seconds. I grew up Project House. I had inspiration. I have gifts. I'm multi-gifted and multi-talented. I got to high school, my certain talent I had. A teacher gave me a chance, put me in competitions. I won nationally first place against actual adults, not in school, adults. I'm a child. And then from there on, I got a chance to compete worldwide. I won first place of adults worldwide when I was having a chance. So imagine if these kids are given a chance to have a chance to actually get to where they want to be to compete, what they can actually do. So that's all I want to
Thank you.
so, great job.
If you're going to ask for y'all support in any type of way, which y'all can.
Keep us informed, bro, keep us informed.
And when do they leave?
Next week.